Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Canadians Football Podcast. I'm your host, Matty P.
And I'm your co-host, C-Money, Chris Miller.
And we are here with episode 9.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it on.
Let's do it.
So, going straight to news. Russell Wilson signs a 5-year extension with the Denver Broncos.
John Elway liking what he sees. I gotta say that boosts my confidence in how he's gonna do this season. Feeling it. I think he's feeling good. Rejuvenated.
Yeah. $165 million guaranteed.
Nice. Not bad.
So that is big news for Bronco fans and Russell Wilson fantasy owners.
Definitely. Yeah, that's big.
In other news, one of my standout rookies that I was looking forward to having on my team, he is on my team, but now he is in the IR slot. Mr. Brian Robinson, rookie, drafted by the Commanders, shot 2 times in a carjacking in Washington, D.C.
Attempted carjacking. Yeah, brutal. Super, super sad when something like that happens, and especially when he's just a rookie coming. At least it sounds like it was kind of a best case scenario as far as if you get shot twice. It sounds like he might even be back this year, so that's good. But yeah, unfortunate situation for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty. A lot of us liked what we saw during camp. I mean, like almost like supplanting Antonio Gibson during camp. Like,
it was the veteran. He already passed him.
It's like exactly what you want to see when you draft a rookie.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what you want to see.
But I guess Antonio Gibson,
now he's going to reclaim his original role, or probably how things looked before.
Which makes me think, officers, maybe you want to investigate Mr. Antonio.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory. A little Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan action.
But in all seriousness, Brian Robinson did have surgery, and it looks like he's going to heal up. He was shot in the lower extremities, the legs, I guess, upper leg.
Yeah, gluteus maximus.
So a meaty part of the body, I would, basically assume.
Maybe it just bounced off.
So he's going to miss 4 games, and
well, at least, yeah. But that's better than what it could have been.
Yeah. So everybody drafting, keep an eye on Brian Robinson in your drafts, because I do think he will play football this year.
All right. Move on to our subject du jour.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? There we go. Let's do it.
Would you rather draft Deontay Johnson or Keenan Allen?
Ooh,
Redraft league.
Yeah, so we're going redraft. We're going half PPR, I guess. We'll just keep it down the middle. Let's see. Well, for this season, I'm gonna say Keenan Allen, because I think he's still gonna get a lion's share of targets. I mean, so is Deontay Johnson, but the quarterback play is so much less in Pittsburgh. The offensive line is so much worse. I just think Keenan Allen is going to ride high, and Deontay Johnson is maybe in for a little bit of a downturn this season compared to what he did last year, because his targets are probably not going to be what they were with Ben at the helm.
Yeah, I don't know where I quite stand on this. They're pretty much at this moment in time the same player, and taking out the dynasty in the equation, they catch a lot of passes in the slot, not too many touchdowns, right?
Oh yeah, and I guess you could say Keenan Allen is maybe starting to decline. He is getting a little bit older now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So like taking dynasty out of the picture,
right? Oh, absolutely.
If it was dynasty, you would have to take Johnson.
Yeah, right.
But since it's year one,
for just this year, I think Keenan Allen is the answer.
I think so because there's some unknowns at the Pittsburgh quarterback.
Yeah,
If
it could
we
be.
had
It could be a
more
carousel.
answers-
It could be a carousel. They might have he might have 2 or 3 quarterbacks this year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I have Keenan Allen in a dynasty. The dynasty I won last year, and he definitely helped me get there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Um,
Keenan Allen's a really good player.
Yeah, so in the full PPR league, I love him. Right? Like,
Yeah.
Like he does his most magic in that league. But half PPR,
It's kind of the same for Deontay.
yeah. I for redraft, I'm kind of split down the middle. Like I wouldn't mind having either or
Yeah. I'd go Allen. Better quarterback.
in a feisty division.
Yeah, and yeah, right, exactly. I think high scoring games and all that stuff. Shootouts with like Kansas City and Oakland, Vegas.
Yeah, overtime.
Yeah. And then Pittsburgh is going to be like trudge, slow it down. Baltimore, Cleveland, grind them out type games. Play a lot of defense. So yeah, I lean Keenan Allen.
Travis Etienne or Aaron Jones?
I gotta lean with Packer, even though I greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. But Aaron Jones, I think, is in for a huge year this year. Barring injury, he's gonna destroy. And Travis Etienne is interesting though because we haven't really seen him. We only have college to go off of. He's been rehabbing an injury that forced him to miss his whole rookie season. So he's had enough time to heal up and he should be fully healthy. Get a year stronger, probably been, NFL training and food and all that. So he's gotten bigger, stronger, faster probably. It'll be exciting to see how he does. But I'm going to go with the veteran.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence here, but if I had to choose, I'll probably go with Aaron Jones because he's tied to the MVP, right? I think Trevor Lawrence will have a bounce back year. I think that team will have a better year, right?
Yeah, they're on the upswing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so ETN, we just haven't seen any NFL.
There's not
games
enough to go
with
off
him,
of.
So he could see a huge workload.
He could surprise. The way that I could see him surprising is if he gets like a large role, if James Robinson doesn't rebound from his Achilles injury and he just gets a bigger piece, and then A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones split more. That would be the one way I could see Etienne ending up better off than Aaron Jones. But I think based on what we've seen and what we know, I think that Aaron Jones is the stronger player at this point for this year.
Sky Moore or George Pickens?
This is a fun one. We haven't seen either one in the NFL before. We know that Sky Moore has the better quarterback situation, but Pickens has been impressing everyone, and apparently looks like the second coming of Randy Moss, according to everyone in Pittsburgh. He sounds like he's going to be a total stud. And Sky Moore is kind of trying to battle through, some veteran players to just get on the field. So I'm actually going to lean Pickens here. I think there's more opportunity that he can take right now, and I think Sky Moore is kind of going to be feeling his way into the league a little bit more slowly. And so yeah, Pickens for me.
I think I lean Pickens too, and it's just because he's been impressing in camp. And yeah, like you said, Sky Moore is trying to squeeze his way in with beside Kelsey and beside Juju and Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, MVS and
Hardman there as well.
I guess Nicole Hardman.
And then all the running backs.
He's above him yet.
And I really liked Pickens'
Blood of
college
mouths.
tape. Like great hands and great touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He might have
definitely pushed him
into
into
the top
the
receiver
second.
if he hadn't been hurt.
Yeah,
Might
second
have.
round.
Pushed him into the second.
Tier.
Yeah, I'd lean George Pickens slightly over Sky Moore.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr?
Ooh, getting personal. Let's. Well, I'm just gonna talk it out. and then I'll land on my decision based on what we say, or what I say. So, I think that both are going to have very good years, number one. I think they're both going to surprise with people with where they end up in the final fantasy rankings at the end of the year. I could see both being top 10 quarterbacks. As far as Cousins go, both of them are amazingly consistent. Cousins a little more so than Carr. Carr gets the big boost with the addition of Devontae Adams. That's you can't understate that enough. Getting a receiver at that level, that's huge. So you got to expect that Carr's going to get a boost on that front. Just better receiving options, right? The O-line in Vegas, I always want to call them Oakland. The O-line in Vegas is not a strong point like it was a couple years back. So I do think that is the one concern for them. Like if they can get to Carr before he's able to get the ball out. You could say the same for Cousins, but I think the Vikings offensive line is ascending rather than descending. And I think that the Vikings O-line is actually going to surprise a bit with their level of play. And if you give Kirk Cousins time, he will shred your defense. So JJ, I think, is going to be on a mission. The first probably month, the Vikings are going to be surprising teams with their offensive, new play calling and new scheme. So that's going to help get them an early start or an early jump on the league because there won't be film to dissect until 3 or 4 games in where they have some tells and things like that. So I'm going to lean Cousins because I think Justin Jefferson is going to be on a mission this year. I think Thielen is ready to go. KJ Osborne is ascending. And so it's all coming together. And Irv Smith is ready to go too. Dalvin, some screens and things like that they haven't really done much the last couple of years, even though he was really good at them when Stefanski was the coordinator. So I think getting back to that type of a game plan will help everyone as well.
I have Derek Carr in a startup dynasty. And
I have Cousins.
and I'm trying to take an unbiased approach here, but I'm very high in the Vikings offense this year. Everywhere I look, it says Minnesota 8 wins, Minnesota 7 wins, and I don't know. I think this team is going to surprise some teams,
especially early.
Yeah, early, like you said, not too much tape. There's some talented players on that roster, and on the Raiders side, and Derek Carr's side of things, getting Devontae Adams is huge, right? Your college teammate.
One of the best in the NFL.
One of the best. Devontae Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I think these guys, they pretty much finish, at the end of the year right beside each other. But I do prefer Kirk Cousins because I think they're going to come out hot out the gate.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're both going to be really close, and this is a really tight one for calling. I think they both potentially could have career seasons this year. So yeah, I bet I'm going Cousins, but I think it's like 8-9 or 9-10, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I agree. They could easily finish both top 10. Okay, here's another interesting one. 2 rookies, Dameon Pierce or Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Dameon Pierce shooting up the ranks and ascending all the way to starting running back for the mighty Houston Texans. Meanwhile, Kenneth Walker slowly declining and losing value as he needs surgery and plays for a team that's going to be horrible this upcoming season. So I think Houston is going to be one of those feisty teams this year that scratches out a couple tough ones, probably loses a couple that they shouldn't, and then they end up somewhere around 500 or just below. And I think that will lend itself to a little bit more rushing opportunities than Seattle's going to have for Mr. Kenneth Walker.
So you're leaning Damian Pierce?
I'm leaning Pierce. Pierce, yeah.
Yeah, I think if we're talking dynasty, I like Kenneth Walker better. One of my favorite things to do is watch his college tape before I go to bed, like a football fanatic.
Right.
But it sounds like he's going to miss, 4 games, Kenneth Walker. So I will take Pierce, even though he's on a pretty bad team. Hopefully he doesn't go to the massage parlor over there in Houston. Just keeps his
Got to
nose
keep it on
clean.
the up and up.
And yeah, give
Yep.
me Pierce because he's been impressing in
All right. Now,
Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams.
ooh, this is an interesting one. Two studly receivers going to new teams. Yeah, that's and new coaching staffs as well. So that's an even bigger wrench in the whole prognostication.
Basically just preference because you kind of just both. We kind of probably feel that we're going to finish top 5, right?
Yeah, probably. I think Devontae. I think that. Yeah, I don't know. Devontae is the better receiver, but Tyreek Hill is just a freak, and he's so fast that he can make things happen after the catch. And if they go to a shorter passing game, like I think that's kind of what Miami is going to be doing, is sort of similar to San Francisco, right? Run, quick dump offs, and let the guys make stuff happen after the catch, which Waddle and Tyreek Hill are both very, very good at. So you do that, you run with Mostert and Chase Edmonds, and just let those wideouts work their magic with their speed and their shiftiness. I think that's going to lead to a lot of big plays. Derek Carr is probably that's actually tough. I was going to say the better quarterback, but I don't know. Tua is younger and less experienced. But he should be. He's kind of slowly getting better, and he hasn't been horrible. And Carr is just a more experienced veteran guy that should be solid this year. Like, we already know he's pretty consistent. And it's just a matter of whether the ball gets spread around more to Hunter Renfrow, because Adams, when he was in Green Bay, he was like the man, and then that was it. Now he's going to have Darren Waller. There's Hunter Renfrow. They run it too, and I think they're going to a more New England style attack with like passing to the running backs. So that's a long-winded way of saying maybe Tyreek. I think I'm leaning Tyreek. I think there's going to be more touchdowns for Devontae, but I think Tyreek gets more yards and maybe more catches.
I got to lean with my guy Adams here because he helped me win a dynasty last year. So even in redraft, I'll take Adams over Tyreek.
It's a tough one.
Touchdowns over the last few seasons, like you can't ignore those numbers.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He has big touchdown numbers. Yep.
And Miami's that offense is still a question mark. I know, and you got Jalen Waddle there. He's gonna eat into Tyreek as well, right? So
yeah, that's a fair point. It's the Miami offense, I will grant, is probably a less of a sure thing to be a success. The Oakland offense is pretty well set up already, and we kind of know more so what they should look like. And Miami, it's such a wild card. It could be really good, or it could totally fail. So yeah, that's a boomer bust team right there.
And on to the last would you rather. Would you rather draft Dalton Schultz or George Kittle?
Ooh. For this one, that is a good question, because I mean, my immediate reaction is, of course, George Kittle. Like, not even a question. But then you have to consider the fact that Kittle's been injured the last couple seasons, and he probably will continue to get injured. Like, he plays so hard in such a rough style of game, and he's in there blocking. He's in there, he blocks a lot, and he goes hard, and that lends itself to injury. Bigger risk of injury. And so that's the risk. I would say with Kittle, he definitely would be my choice. Oh, but then throw a rookie quarterback in there, and that could lend itself to inconsistency from week to week, right? I could see Kittle having more big games, but then also more really down games. And Schultz will probably be more consistent, but maybe not quite have those boom weeks, because I think he's probably going to be like almost like wide receiver 2 on that Dallas team behind CeeDee Lamb. So, Schultz, though he's not as good of a player as Kittle, I think he has a chance to outscore him just because of the knocks or the reasons against Kittle that I just mentioned.
Yeah, it's a fair argument. Dalton Schultz finished as the tight end 3 last year, and Amari Cooper is gone. Gallup is hurt.
Yep.
Cedric Wilson is gone. Like, there's a lot of vacated targets there, and we all know that Dallas offense, they were the top offense last year. They put up the most points in the league.
Yeah, that's a lot of losses, though, and then don't forget their left tackle is already hurt again. And he's a stud when he plays, but when you lose a guy like that, like, you don't just plug and play somebody else. So there's going to be pressure up the left side. Run blocking won't be as good. Blind side on Dak.
I think I would have to choose. It's actually a pretty tough choice. And I guess if you were a Cowboys fan, you would immediately just take Dalton.
Yeah, it is.
I do like the matchup for Kittle week 1 at the Bears.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you like the Cowboys, take Dalton. If you like 49ers, take
top 5 tight ends of the week, maybe top 3, both of them.
Yeah. Tasty.
It's one of those I think I would just like close my eyes and like pick one.
So you're thinking Schultz? Flip a coin. I'll take Kittle. I'll bank on I won't count injuries or hold that against him in my decision. So I'm gonna say Kittle will have the better year.
And now, our last segment.
Everyone's favorite.
The bold.
Bold.
Sports prediction.
All right. So since we're waiting on NFL Week 1, I'm deciding that I'm going to go with an NFL game. I'm just going to go over to the docket here, and let's not kid ourselves. I got to stay on brand. I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings to beat the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers in Week 1 at US Bank Stadium. I think new scheme, just no tape. It's going to be a lot of surprises. And that's going to be enough to help. I think it should be a really good battle. I mean, division rivalries are always really good games. They usually come down to a field goal at the end. But I think that the Vikings, Jefferson, Thielen, KJ, Irv, everyone's healthy. I think they're going to light it up. Even though Green Bay does have a very good defense, it'll be a battle. And Dalvin, I think, is going to find holes that are going to remind you of the Pittsburgh game last year when he was just killing it in the first half. Just because of the scheme and the way that they're going to be running things. So I think it's going to be a big win for the Purple. Zadarius Smith is going to have 3 sacks on Aaron Rodgers because he wants to get his old QB. Remind him, hey, remember me? I used to play for you.
The line for that game was 2.5 for Green Bay, but now it seems like it's off the board.
Yeah. Yeah. Too many people betting Vikes. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe everyone betting Green Bay. I don't know.
For my bold sports prediction, I'm going to go to Week 1 NFL as well. I'm going to say the Jacksonville Jaguars upset the Commanders on the road.
Boom. Tasty. That's bold.
Take that, Mr. Carson Wentz.
Oh, easy now. North Dakota boy. That's our neighbor. Our neighbor to the south. Just a good old boy.
Yeah, I just think I could see T-Law having a good day. I could see ETN maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see the Jacksonville youth step it up.
Start their season off strong.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk, making some clutch catches down the middle. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
And I could just see Wentz just having a bad game because we've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how good that Jacksonville defense is, so I don't know if he'll have a bad game at home, but he's got some good receivers. McLaurin probably gets 2 touchdowns in that game. So it could be a shootout. We could actually see both offenses light it up. But yeah, that'd be cool. I'm down for the Jags to take out the football team.
Oh, man, I can't wait. 1 week till game number 1 of the NFL season. Are you guys stoked or what?
Yeah, 1 week from tonight. So now when we're recording these, there's going to be football on.
We can actually talk about things that are going live. Yes. It's going to be exciting. We hope you guys...
Live. Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's going to be exciting. We hope you guys keep tuning in and tell all your league mates and friends. Would you rather?
Chris or Matty?
Just kidding, guys. We won't make you make that decision right now.
Just put it in the comments below.
Awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. Really looking forward to football this season. If you guys ever have any questions, and just hit us up in the comments. We will respond. And until next time, it's Matty P and
C Money
signing off.
Peace.